Y'all, we keep kind of the rhetoric of, oh, women are overlooking good men. No, men are overlooking good women too. Y'all are overly focused on the women you desire to want to be different. And, we are creating YouTube videos and lots of content to try to make the woman that you physically are most attracted to act different. What's up, family? It's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here with yet another video because I saw something, I was sent something that brings up a really, really great point. It's something that comes up very frequently in this dating and relationship space, especially when it comes from men. I mean, it's actually kind of a pet peeve. So we got to talk about it. Okay, we got to talk about it. Before I get into that, there's just some things I want to put on your radar. One thing is that if you like the content I put out into this YouTube space, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, y'all. While we at it, just bump up. Okay? Join Game Changer Nation. We've been growing. Over 380,000 already, y'all. And I haven't even been 2 years into this thing. So I'm just thankful. I'm extremely thankful. I love you guys so very much. And I'm excited to see where this goes. Number two, is that we go live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about everything, y'all. It's a live dialogue. We have a lot of fun. So bring your glass of wine. And y'all watch me talk through water bottle. My favorite model, okay? If you guys who watch me, y'all know what that means. And number three, I offer one-on-one coaching. I have stopped taking appointments for July. But if you guys want to get on my books for August, go ahead and put in an interest form. There's a list that's growing. So if you guys want to work one-on-one with me, men or women, I work with both. Please go ahead and fill out the interest form. All right, y'all. Oh God, I just had a protein bar, so I'm active. I'm getting myself together. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. So this is a video that I saw roaming around these social media streets. Somebody sent me this video, and I thought it brought about a really, really great point. Again, that I see very frequently. It's actually kind of frustrating, honestly. It's kind of frustrating. But we're going to bring some statistics in here. We're going to do this thing today. Okay? So I'm going to be very entertaining. So watch. All right, let's get into it.
A lot of guys are online complaining about bad behavior when it comes to women. But if you notice, they typically talk about a certain type of woman. You know, the Instagram girl online showing her body and, she in the club every week, or she got OnlyFans, or she got this, she got that. That is not the majority of women. The majority of women are working regular jobs out here doing what it is they do. They own apartment, own place, taking care of themselves, if they got kids, taking care of their kids, whatever the case may be, low key as hell, not super active on social media.
So Trill is bringing up a great point. Y'all, I get a lot of messages, a lot of questions every single week when I do the Q&A, where men are like, why won't this woman meet me where I'm at? Why won't a woman accept 40 to 60K? Why won't a woman, want to build with a man? Why won't a woman? I be wondering where y'all are looking. Because a lot of men say generalized statements about women, especially in the YouTube space. We hear it all the time. Women this, women that, all women like this, and it's not all women. It's just not. It's the pool that it's the pool that men are choosing to swim in. That's just the reality. A lot of men, y'all want and I get it. That's biological. You want super attractive women that that will act a certain way. You want the baddest looking woman, the most beautiful woman that you can get to be a traditional and be with a man that makes a certain amount of money that might be lower than the threshold that they had put out there in the space a couple years ago, which was 6 figures. You make less than 6 figures. You want this woman to work with you, build with you, rock with you, ride with you, and be domestic and be all of these things. Y'all are finding the women that that you're wanting to pursue in that way, that look a certain level on social media. So y'all be looking at IG models wanting them to be traditional wives. And that is problematic for me because I can tell by the questions that are being asked, y'all are going to women or pursuing women that have options. more options than most. Y'all, I did some math, I did some research, and I saw that when it comes to extremely attractive people out with no surgery, we talking about no face surgery, whatever, little or minimal body surgery. We talking about extremely attractive people, no surgery or a little surgery, minimal surgery. Okay, extremely attractive. It's less than 1% of the population. Less than 1% of the world's population is extremely attractive. 7 to 8% are good looking, right? 7 to 8% good looking. That's, again, minimal to no surgery. And the rest is average, not average. I'm not going to go there. Social media makes this seem way more common because every time you go on an explore page, you may see a new woman, whatever the case may be. But if we look at statistics, a certain level of attractiveness is not that common. It's just not. And I think when I go on pages, I be seeing men, all these, I'm like, men that I know, men that I follow, they follow all the same women. They don't figured out the pool of whatever this certain type of looking woman, and they all follow them. They are aware of each of them, right? And they might like one more than the other, whatever that may be. One might resonate with their spirit more than the next one. That's fine, whatever. We all, but how is it that every guy knows the same? They follow all the same like looking demographic women, right? And I'm like, okay, well, then y'all know if everybody is aware of who these women are on the internet as far as attractive level, and that everybody is vying for them, then you have to know that, you know, depending on the exposure of this woman, how many follow people have found her to, she's going to have more options than the average woman. And if she has more options than the average woman, that means she is less likely to meet you where you're at because she doesn't have to. Now, if she met you in regular, you know, day to day, she met you at Staples, she met you at Kroger, she met you somewhere else, yeah, you might have more of a shot because she's not, you know, it's not on social media where everybody's kind of like on, I'm not going to say on an even playing field, but y'all are all messaging her or getting her attention in a certain way, right? If you don't stand out, you may not get access to her. And I think that men get super frustrated with this and say, well, all women ain't trying to work with men, regular men, blah, blah. No, there's a lot of women that are looking for regular men, good women that are out the way. They may not have a social media presence because they don't work on social media. They don't post that frequently, whatever that may be. There's a lot of women out here, y'all, that you are missing out on and basically saying, well, putting them all in one basket because the women that you specifically desire are not acting the way you want them to. But you're also going to a certain demographic that you've already identified is not your preference, but it is your preference. That's part of the part that really bothers me the most is like, y'all are lying to yourselves. Y'all want, it's biological to want the most attractive thing that you can get that then meets other characteristics. Somebody told me like NBA 2K. I don't play video games. It's not my forte. But somebody said like on NBA 2K, you have 100 points. And you can disperse them to make your own NBA character. Now, you only have 100 points. So you have to decide what points you're going to put to what, right? If you're going to make them speed, if you're going to make candles, you know, whatever their shot, whatever that may, I don't know all the options. But you only have 100 points, okay, when you build your own NBA player. I'm not going to say it's the same thing women, but you have to think about that as well. If you want an extremely attractive woman, it's going to be harder to find an extremely attractive woman to meet all these other things that you're desiring. Okay, so you have to, maybe that might mean that you deal with a woman that might be 7 or an 8 or not as attractive, but she's traditional. She's domestic. She cooks, she cleans, she does this, that, and the third. She, nurturing, she's ambitious, she works a good job, she's kind, she's love. Like there might be other qualities in that woman that supersedes the one that you're trying to make be this woman when she's not that woman. That's where we have to like, I understand what he's saying because it's like y'all want women that you've identified as bad because maybe they sexualizing themselves on the internet, maybe they objectifying themselves, they got OnlyFans, They're doing this, that, and the third. I would never take them seriously, blah, 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 blah. But you want these women to be like, you're complaining about these women, or you're hyper focused on these women to change, versus the most women, like we said, less than 1% of the population is out here on that level of attractiveness. So you want, and less than 10 are either extremely attractive or good looking. Like, they're in that pool. So everybody else, which is 90% of the population, is out here and they want somebody, and they're looking and they want to work with some. They're good women out here that y'all are overlooking. Y'all, we keep kind of the rhetoric of, oh, women are overlooking good men. No, men are overlooking good women too. Y'all are overly focused on the women you desire to want to be different. And, we are creating YouTube videos and lots of content to try to make the woman that you physically are most attracted to act different, versus saying, okay, well, not everybody's on the internet space. Not everybody's an IG model. Not everybody's going to be the baddest thing on the internet, right? That's not everybody's calling. That's not everybody's thing. But there are good women that are cute, that are pretty, that are in their hometown. They ain't worry about social media. You don't see, which is rare. You don't see that too many people that aren't on social media anymore. But anyway, there might be some, right? And we're overlooking them and wanting a woman who has a lot of options to settle with someone she doesn't really know on the internet space. And then getting mad and creating content with all women all the women you desire physically, or you find the most desirable physically, are not playing ball the way you want them to play ball. But you guys are only hyper focused, and I would dare to say 3%, 3 to 5% of the social media population. Less than 1%, as we see on the world thing. Less than 1% are on that high level of they've gotten hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of followers, and they're considered to look a certain way. And I'm just being real with you. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I'm doing it out of love. There's a lot of good women. There's a lot of good women in this world that do not have those thought processes, that are domestic, that are good women. They may not be the less than 1% of the world's population in appearance, but they're good women. And y'all are overlooking them because, the IG models that you want to change and be different and become something that they're not, when they don't have to. In their minds, that's just the reality. So let's continue. I'm sorry.
May have it just to keep up with what's going on, but not super active, showing their body off every chance they get. Most women are not doing that. But as a man, like, we got to be honest with what it is that we want. And fact is, a lot of men want access to those women that they complain about. And that's what the issue is. Are not doing that. But as a man, like, we got to be honest with what it is that we want. And fact is, a lot of men want access to those women that they complain about. And that's where the issue lies. Because if you wanted a solid woman, if you really wanted to settle down, that's not that hard to find. If you want a bad woman to be a good woman, that's where the issue comes in. A lot of guys are online complaining.
To be a good woman, and that's the issue. That's the issue. Y'all are hyper fixated on the women that are not falling in line with what you want, because you may not have access to them, or they're not reciprocating, or they're ghosting you, or they're not, all these different things that, he brought up in this video. And this is not to be disrespectful towards anybody. This is just having a very honest conversation. I see a lot of people that ask me a lot of questions, and most of those answers, most of those inquiries are related to men swimming in the wrong pool. You're trying to get women that are IG models that might have a lot of options, or whatever, to be different or to do things differently. And that's not an option. You can't bet on somebody else to change, or you trying to get the entire whatever. You have to look at, okay, what woman has these things, these qualities, where they're this, like whatever is important to you. And again, I think that I see a lot of men that are hyper fixated on certain women and wanting them to be good women, not the good women that are out here that are already existing, that may be what you are looking for right now. You're looking at, I want that, you know, men talk negatively about OnlyFans model. I want that OnlyFans model to stop OnlyFans, to not do this. I don't like that. Like, why are we fixed? That's the woman you don't want. And that's the smaller minority of the population than the women you do. Like I said, if we're talking about extremely attractive people or good looking people, both of those are under 10% of the population naturally. Okay. Naturally, extremely attractive people or good looking people is less than 10% of the population. So you might be hyper fixating on, because again, you guys, when we talk about the NBA character, this woman got, you know, let's say she's extremely attractive. You put 10 or well, I don't know, let's say you put 70 in attractiveness, 75 in attractiveness. Now you have 25 left to put into, oh, she's kind and she's humble and she's hardworking, right? Like the other things that, or she's fun, she's funny, she's down to earth. Like those things are harder to find. And yeah, there are attractive women, right? And yes, there are attractive women with all these different qualities, but that is harder to find. And it is harder to find certain women that are in that caliber to say, hey, meet me here, when they have options that they don't have to do that. That's just me being real. It's the same thing with men. If men have reached a certain level of status and success and attractiveness, men have put out content all over the internet. Well, you can't expect a high value man to just be with this woman or that woman or blah, blah, blah. It's the same concept. You can't expect a woman that maybe is blessed in that one area, and so it gives her access to more men, because that is women's calling card, right? I've said it gets you in the door, it don't keep you there, but it gets you in the door. We can't the vice versa is true when it comes to men. Like men if they've earned their way, or they were blessed with looks, or they have certain things going on for themselves, they are able to have their pick of the litter. And that's the same with women, unfortunately, when it comes to looks. I mean, it's not unfortunately, it's just what it is. The only difference is that I think with women, you're born with how you look. Men can create other aspects of themselves to become a more higher value. But women, inherently, what you're naturally kind of built with, outside of the character qualities that I think are very important, that we should focus on, that I put a lot of energy in asking women to focus on, I think that like you're just kind of, you have it or you don't. And I think a lot of people, they try to speak it into existence, like, oh, I'm a 10, I'm this, I'm that. And we've seen that all, years in the past. But the reality is the reality. And it doesn't have to be a negative reality. It just has to be like, okay, maybe I'm trying to swim in a different pool. Maybe I am focusing on the very women I say I don't want, but I actually do want them. I just want them to be different. I want that looking woman to act like this. And that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? You can't bet on people changing. You can only bet on you changing, right? Or you find a woman that happens to have all those qualities, which again, I'm telling you, is rare. Like, just like I say, truly high quality men is rare. Truly high quality women is rare, especially today when there's so much rhetoric that, y'all already know how I feel about it. Y'all already know how I feel about some of the rhetoric, some of the things that our media is pushing that is causing women to kind of drift in a different direction. But Game Changer Nation is here to change that, right? We try to do something different. So anyway, y'all, I love y'all. I hope that this made sense. I hope this resonated with you. If you have any comments, please put them below. I want to hear what y'all have to say about this. Again, it's not meant to diminish or demean anybody. It's just to be real. Keep it 100, All right, family. I love y'all, and I will see you guys soon. Hey, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family. Okay, join my family today.